There are over 28 million people in forced labor conditions worldwide, with 160 million children in child labor. So this is a pervasive problem around the world and certainly impacts our building materials, who's making them, where they're coming from, how they're being harvested and extracted, how they're showing up to a project job site.
So in 2022, myself and a few of our other colleagues here within Cushing-Terrell attended Greenbuild and sat in on a presentation about sort of the justice and equity piece of sustainable design. Nora Rizzo with Design for Freedom was one of the panelists, and she was giving a CEU on Design for Freedom, and that's how we learned about it.
Design for Freedom is a movement started out of an organization in Connecticut aimed at illuminating the presence of forced and child labor within the building and construction industry supply chain. One of their main methods at advancing this movement, raising awareness, is a program they're calling pilot projects. So essentially, it's asking architects and designers to engage in a process where they take on one of their projects and they do an extra amount of research and due diligence into 5 or more materials that they're specifying.
They immediately got involved with us, started educating not only themselves and their team, but also their suppliers, their projects, the owners that they were working with, and said, this is something that we're taking on as an initiative for our corporate culture.
So the library project came across kind of the desks of Cushing-Terrell actually several years ago. The Imaginative Foundation was hoping to build a library in the Bigfork community. They really desired to turn this old church rec hall into a 21st century library. So while this is going to be a space that of course houses books for all generations, it's also a space that hosts gardening classes and arts and crafts and meetings, tons of children's programs, a real place for connection in the community.
We hadn't done a project in a rural setting before. We love the idea that the library is open to the public, that it's a free and accessible space, and it's available to the entire community. That's really important and central to Design for Freedom.
The pilot project is not meant to solve this giant issue of slave force and child labor in our supply chain. What it's doing is simply raising awareness and having designers and specifiers like us ask the questions of our manufacturers. We researched upwards of 15 materials, and we ended up specifying about 7 of them on the project. So meaning we felt that 7 of the materials that we researched met the kind of basic criteria that Design for Freedom provided.
So as we worked together with the client, the concept sort of evolved for this library to really lean into the metaphor of a bridge. You literally have to cross a bridge from downtown Bigfork to get to the library. So we looked at a way to express that kind of architecturally through some, strong wood elements within the building that really kind of helped to break up the large volume of the existing space. They also doubled as being able to bring power across the space, which was, a main request of the client to be able to have power located throughout. Taking that one step further, I really started to think through, what's it like when you're in the forest and you open up to a river and you see, you experience dappled light through the trees. As you get to that bridge, there's sort of an opening, you might see the river. We also leaned into colors like blue and green, places for light and shadow to come through, different architectural elements, just trying to create that whimsy and the ability to explore.
The outside space is phenomenal in the new library, and I think we're most excited of the potential we could have out in our back here, maybe concerts and meetings and programs for kids, and story time outside for all ages, actually. It's almost an atmosphere of your own living room, coming in and meeting people and finding a place where you might want to read or search the internet or apply for a job. It's an important place for connection.
Getting to see a building come to life from, initial meetings with the clients, dreaming, and then coming up with concepts and renderings is always special on any project. But getting to witness people who have had this dream for their community of Bigfork long before I was involved, get to walk into that space now and feel the fruition of all their hard work just makes it extra special.
The design team and the contractors have been so wonderful to work with on this project from the beginning. All the way through, I felt like the library staff was included in a lot of the decisions. It was great to have our input since our staff are the ones working day to day with the public.
Right from the get-go, this client wanted more than just a big rectangle that holds a bunch of bookshelves. Even in a small rural community, they really desired to see a library be something that is dynamic and offers programs for people of all ages, is accessible to people of all abilities, socioeconomic statuses.
I've been at the Bigfork Library now for 2 days, and it's a pretty incredible place. Seeing kids in here using this space and seeing the public come and go and really enjoy the space. It's great to see the materials that we researched and looked at with Cushing Terrell and see them here in the space and how people are using them and interacting with them.
Being a multidisciplinary firm, the things that we learned from our pilot project and the way in which we talked to our manufacturers about their products and their material supply chain can directly relate to architecture, engineering, and of course interior design. Our interiors team at Cushing Terrell would be happy to talk to anyone about Design for Freedom.
I want to say thank you to the Imaginative Foundation and to Cushing Terrell for boldly embarking on something that maybe they didn't really know what they were getting into quite at the beginning and saying, yes, this is important to us. We don't have all the answers, but we're going to figure it out together, and continuing to push this message of designing for freedom.